The Golden Key to Prayers, Part 2. In the first part of our video, we explained that feeling is the answer to the way of your prayer. And if you can marry together your thought and your feeling or emotion, making them to become one, then you are sure 100% that your prayers will be answered. That is, bringing them together in agreement. Then you can say to this mountain, move away from here to yonder place. That is when you can be able to stand up and speak to the world. John 16:23 and 24. In that day you will no longer ask me anything, for verily I tell you, my Father will give you whatever you ask in my name. Verse 24. Until now you have not asked anything in my name. Ask and you will receive, that your joy will be complete. He says to his disciples, until now you have not asked anything. How are you sure? How do you know that these people have not asked anything? Because the Spirit is not receiving the signal. They are not hearing the right sound code. They are not receiving the right signal from your voice. When you speak just with mere voice in prayer, Jesus is saying to you, your prayers are not heard. Until now, I didn't hear that you spoke. I didn't hear that you are praying, because you have not used the sound code, and this code language must be spoken before the Spirit will hear your prayers. I said to you before, the two must become one. Now let us look at Amos 3 verse 3. Can two walk together except they agree? Matthew 18:20. For where two or three are gathered in my name, there am I with them. The word two in the book of Amos chapter 3 verse 3, he is saying simply that your thought and your feeling must become one in agreement. This has nothing to do with someone else outside you. He is talking to you yourself, within yourself. You must agree with yourself that you are a healthy person from your mind and your emotion. The two of them must agree as one to begin to believe that philosophy, that idea that you are a prosperous person. That is what he's talking about. Can two walk together except they agree? And he said, for where the two or three are gathered in my name, I am there with them. That means if your body, soul, and spirit are in agreement with each other, then you can invite the Spirit of God, and the sound code will give the signal, and they will come to you and give you your answer. Matthew 6:22. Your eye is like a lamp that provides light for your body. When your eye is single, meaning if your eye is one, your whole body shall be full of light. This is another secret code. He is talking about the one eye of the heart. The two must become one to produce an effective, potent result. Just take a look at nature, for example. The animals, they produce by becoming one as male and female. Even as humans, we produce by becoming one as male and female. Then we produce children. Our thoughts and emotions should work in the same principle. That is the only way the Spirit can hear the signal of your prayers. Your mind must understand what you are asking for in prayer, and your emotion must create that feeling in your body. You'll be very surprised to know that so many people do not know what they want. If the two make peace with each other in one temple, meaning in one house or in one body, then you can be sure of performing the miraculous every minute of your life. Somebody may be asking me, how do we do this? How can we walk with this principle? Let me tell you before I continue, begging is not asking. Asking is not voicing out empty words. The spirits are not listening to repeated begging voices that are empty and full of noise. Many people pray with personal judgmental motives. To ask, you must speak to the divine nature in a language that they understand. The Spirit only listens to the soundings of our heart through energetic, magnetic waves by creating the feeling as if your prayer have already been answered. It's like somebody playing drums. The sounds of the drums, by the volumes and radiations or vibrations of the beat, it can create a kind of alert and wakens up all spiritual forces to hear your voice through the thought and the sounding of your heart, and the answer will come rushing to you as fast as light. Code number 5. Everything that you ask in my name directly, intensively, honestly, sincerely, you will get it. But many of you do not know how to do this because until now you have not asked anything. But ask without evil, secret, negative motives, and be overshadowed, encompassed, enclosed, covered, surrounded by your prayers. Then you can be sure of hearing and having results. For example, if you have an egg and you put this egg in a colored paper bag, cover this egg with that colored paper bag, what you can see is that the egg is in the paper bag and the paper bag is covering that egg. No one else could see the egg in that paper bag, but the egg itself knows that he's been covered by that paper bag. Being covered by all your desires in prayer. For example, if it is happiness, you cover yourself with the feeling of happiness. If it is wealth, you cover yourself with the feeling of wealth. If it is strength, you cover yourself with the feeling of that strength that you need. Joy, you cover yourself with joy and love and mercy and compassion. Health, you cover yourself with the same feeling of health. You don't walk as if you are sick. Even though you are sick, you change the feeling, and before long, that feeling will overshadow you and that sickness will disappear from you. When you think the thoughts of healing, you cover yourself with that emotion of healing, and it will appear in your life. And you agree together with this one positive idea, then it shall be so. And the Spirit will begin to recognize your prayers. Don't forget, ask without logical thinking, good or bad, what if, maybe, how can, why. All these will cut off your prayer telephone line. Finally, Romans 4:17, as it is written, I have made thee a father to many nations, before him who ye believe, even God who quickeneth the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were. That means if you are sick in your body, you act as if you are already healed. If you are lacking financial abilities, you act as if you have already overcome that financial situation. If you don't have a house, you act as if you have a house. Whatever you don't have, you conjure by acting it or performing it and behaving as if it is there. Even when you do so, you are calling for those things that be not. They are not around, they have not appeared, but they will begin to appear. You speak to your imaginary boss, if you don't have a job, go to school. In your mind, in your mentality, first in your consciousness, if you are looking for how to get to the university, whatever you want, you first of all do it and call it forth towards you. Get close to it. Get the feeling of it. Even if it is money, smell the fragrance of it. Whatever you need, bring it closer to you and say to yourself, I can smell money around here. Feel the texture of it in your hands. Envelope yourself in it and wrap yourself in it and dip yourself in it until you experience it at last. This is how the Spirit will hear the signals of your prayers. Thanks for listening. Do like, subscribe, share our video. Shalom.